Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with the finale for the This is Fantasy Project Pan. I'm doing this in conjunction with the Pantastic ladies. I will link the Facebook group and everything down below. I wore this for my intro and then totally forgot about it for the entirety of the year, but I figured I'd bring it back for the finale. But yeah. So this is happening again. The update for the intro for that will go up tomorrow because it starts from October 11th to October 11th of the next year because October 11th is National Mythology Day. It all makes sense, I promise. So to get into this particular, version, I did manage to finish one more thing. I have two things that are almost finished and the rest are rolling over into the next version of this. I'll get to them in a minute. For what I did finish, for Vampire, I chose Rebel Rouge Labs Bloody Kiss in here. I wanted to use it 20 times and I did use it the last 6 times, so it is now done. This is a pigmented little booger. Sometimes, occasionally, I did use it as a blush, and I really didn't like it that way, honestly, because it's like, the barest like touch in there was enough for both cheeks, and when you're super pale like me, that can go wrong really, really quickly. So, I did end up with a little bit of a dip in there, but unlike most of my, the shimmers are really easy to hit pan on in here. They're almost like a creamy formula. The mattes are a little more difficult. The reason why I hit pan in this matte was because it was an inner corner shade, so I was using a different brush for it. But it's done. I can actually put this palette away for right now because it's no longer in any project pans for now. I do really like that palette. That's why I keep throwing it into project pans. But right now I have so many in project pans that it needs a break. Now, for everything else, first I have Cyclops, which was this NYX Primal Colors eyeshadow in hot green. This is still what it looks like. I'd be surprised if I think I used this once last month and that was really about it. Yeah, this just did not get the love that I intended for it to. This one is rolling over, so hopefully it will get more love like in the next year. Next is Giant, and I chose the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. And this is what it currently looks like. Now this did honestly get a lot of usage. I still kind of want this out by the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to keep working on it and we'll see. This is a little on the dry side, but I have the Inglot Duraline, so works like a charm with these. So I'm not worried about that. That is also rolling over. Next is Kraken. I'm picking up the wrong thing. And I chose the Fenty Kilowatt Highlighter in Sandcastle, which is a little mini. And this is what it currently looks like. It is rolling over, and I still really want to get this out by the end of the year. Who knows if that's gonna happen or not, but I'm gonna try. Because I have this in a duo as well, so now I really, that's why I put it in this in the first place, is because I have it in a duo. So it really needs to go. Now this is one that I seriously came within like days of finishing it, but I've barely worn makeup this month so far, so that's basically what happened. It was my Balm Blush / Bronzer. I've been using it as a bronzer in Balm Desert. It's been repressed into this because it wasn't an itty bitty pan. But I mean, almost nothing left. But I wanted to get this up on time. So yeah, its weight went from, let's see, 29.0 grams to 28.8. I forgot to weigh this when I first transferred it. So it only looks like I used up 0.5 grams, but I probably used up a bit more than that. Not that there was a lot in it in the first place. The Maybelline went from 48.3 to 48.1. So, And the Fenty went from 27.6 to 27.4. It has admittedly not been getting as much love lately because I have a highlighter palette in a project pan for 10 uses. But even with that taking some uses away, like, I don't know. I only used up 0.9 grams of it total, and that kind of sucks. Next is Troll, which is something that I had to actually, I had to change something else out for this. I don't remember what it was anymore, but it's something to do with like crappy packaging or something, and I don't love the packaging on this. It is the LOV Blush Liaison Dewy Gel Blush Stick. This is also pretty close to being done. I'll put my paper progress up for you to see. You take out the actual like plastic holding it in, and it's lopsided is kind of what happened to it. So now it only has like product on part of the stick, which is kind of annoying because this is, I guess, the gel formula. This thing like moves and slides around the more you use it. So, and it has this dinky little brush on the other end, which I don't like. It doesn't work very well. Like, you can kind of make it work as far as like blending it in, but it picks up foundation really badly. So the product, like the product itself is actually pretty good, but the packaging and the kind of movability of the actual product just makes it not much of a win. And final product I still have is Zombie, and I chose the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seashells. And I mean, I wrecked it this month. I was really good at using it because I took out like this whole side over here. So I don't have much left. I am rolling it over into the new version of this, but I think this might actually be done this year if I can, you know, keep on it. I went from 10.9 grams to 9.1, so I used up almost 2 grams of product, and there's only 3 grams in here. So yeah, like I said, I wrecked this thing. Despite not finishing this, I'm actually pretty proud of my progress on this particular one, because I've been kind of bad about using it, and if I wasn't as lazy about it, like I finally figured out a quick and easy way for me to put it on, but I kind of struggled with that thing throughout the year. If I'd figured out the way I put it on now earlier, that would be done, because it's just become so much easier to use. I apply it with a brush and then blend it all in with a sponge. That's what's been working really well for me. Now, for a real quick recap, I will show you everything else that I finished, because that's always fun. For Basilisk, I chose the Lunar Beauty palette. What is this? The Life's a Drag palette. I chose the shade Shady, and I wanted to use it 40 times, and I did. For Centaur, I needed a double-ended product, and I had to throw out the first one because it had gone bad. And I ended up going with the e.l.f. Brow Mascara. For Chimera, I had a it was to be a franken shadow, and I had this little maroon made franken pressed into this little pan right here. This is actually not the one from the Balm Desert, but this is very similar to that. This one used to be Frat Boy, actually. So, finished that. Oh, I finished that this year, so that actually goes into this year's empties. For Dragon, I chose the Rhode Isle Dragon's Blood Cleansing Water. This big monster of a product, because it was like the theme was like giant product, and this had dragon in it as well, so I figured it was perfect. For e.l.f., something that makes you feel pretty or beautiful or something like that, I chose what I used as a pore filler. It was the Ulta Mattifying Balm that had dried out, and I had to use it with like a wet sponge to make it work. For Fairy, I chose the Clean Skin Club Vitamin C Booster. It was something that needed to have like plants or something in it, and this has watermelon, green tea, and pineapple, so that was really nice. Gnome, I chose because I remember this because I was like, I needed something with like a mineral in the name or something. I'm like, is charcoal a mineral? It's not, but I messed it up a little bit, but it's fine. I chose the e.l.f. Clarifying Charcoal Bubble Mask, and I finished that this year. For Goblin, I chose the Body Shop Mango Body Yogurt, and that just rolled on the floor. For Leprechaun, I chose the Becca Hydro Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I think it was something that I can like easily finish, and I did. Or something, like it was something that I knew I could finish, but I can't remember the exactitudes of it. For Mermaid, I needed something that was owned by a female-owned brand, so I chose the Balm's Antidotes Tinted Moisturizer, because the Balm is owned by a woman. I did not know that. For Unicorn, it was like a new product, but it also had Unicorn in the name, and I chose the Unicorn Glow Longwear Primer. Let's see, for Werewolf, I chose the Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. It's like you needed something celestial, and it's like clouds are in the sky, so that works. I will have to insert this because I completely forgot about this product, but for Witch or Warlock, I chose a Pretties for Your Face eyeshadow in Light as a Feather that I had to use 20 times. I will insert a picture of it. And that is, I forgot something. For Hydra, I chose the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And I knew I'd forgotten it because I was freaking holding it. And I did finish that. I finished a lot of these this year, actually, which, I mean, it starts in November, so yeah. There's really not anything left in there. And this thing took me like 10 months to finish because it's a beast. That is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the new version of this. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you later. Bye.